Okay, here's the final video on the 4-horse Cushman. The restored running is complete. The engine runs good. It came out pretty well. Did not paint this engine. Kept the original paint. Kept the original tank. As I explained before, this is kind of an unusual Cushman Binder engine, as it's got the wide flywheel on it. Don't see too many of them that wide. And I've put some custom touches on it. It needed to be something other than just another 4-horse Cushman Binder. I put this smaller fuel tank on it up here. Used one of the original brackets. And it's fine. Got a shut-off valve on it there. It's a little cleaner looking than the huge tank that came with the engine when it was new. As mentioned before, we did a magneto delete. Here is the ignition system on it. It has an advance and retard here, and this is a factory battery ignition buzz coil point system. The Banjo Cart that it came on was worth actually worth more than the engine was. They're kind of hard to find, so my partner wanted a Banjo Cart for his Cushman, so we made a trade, and he ended up with the cart, and I built this one. I had an old cart with rubber covered iron wheels, so I decided to use it, and I just took some 4x4s and made the rails, and also I made the battery box. When I built the tongue for the cart, I made it so it's removable. You can take it off and get it out of the way. Also, I made a loop on it up here that'll just go over a 2-inch hitch ball. So if you want to pull the rig around, just slip this over a hitch and take off with it and pull it around if you want to. How I made it removable was I used a pin in this side, and I've got a spring-loaded pin on this side, and I just take my thumb and pull that back. Pull this out, and it comes off the cart just like that. All you have left are these tangs sticking out, and makes it pretty easy to get the handle off and out of the way so people don't trip over it. Then when you want to put it back on, you stick one end in one side, come over here, pull the spring-loaded pin back, raise it up there and snap it in place, and you're good to go with your hitch. And another thing you can do, you can swing the front axle around, bring your handle over, and set it right down in there, and you don't have to take it off if you don't want. It tucks nicely out of the way. Here's a tour of the battery box. Got a Model T buzz coil that I soldered some Fun stock clips on, and that way I can put the wires on. You can go to your farm supply store and get these rechargeable lead acid fence charger batteries, and use that for the power. Works pretty well. And let me get you set up on a tripod, and we'll start it. Before we start it up, I'll explain the exhaust system to you. Typically this would have an elbow on it and go straight up here, and it just kind of blows in your face and pops loud out, you know, up in your face, and I didn't like that, so I built this pipe. Comes out of the exhaust port here, makes a couple bends and goes straight down. Here's a view from the other side. Just run it straight underneath the rails there, and brought the exhaust pipe out here. and it makes for a nice sound and gets the exhaust down out of your face. The starting sequence is fairly simple. You will see when I get you set up on a tripod, I'm going to prime it a little bit here in the priming cup, and I'll put 2 cups of fuel in it, and I'll use the decompressor up here to allow me to rotate the flywheel around until the timing marks come up, or the timing, not the timing marks, but the timer comes up to touch the contact there and activate the buzz coil. And at that point, it'll just take the flywheel right out of my hand and take off. And what I'll have to do is use the decompressor up here. That'll allow the wheel to turn and bring it up again to top dead center, so it'll fire again. And I'll do that a couple of times. But it makes starting very, very easy on it. So as I rotate the wheel, it's just about to touch the timer contact there right now. I'm going to rotate it around. You'll hear the buzz coil come on. Right there. There it's off. There it's on. And then when you adjust this timer, the timing is advanced or retarded. So here's the timer in action. That gives a good hot fat spark up to the plug. Okay, so here we go. Got a little bottle of fuel here. Turn the oiler on. Connect the battery. Open the priming cup. Let 2 cups of fuel run in. Close the priming cup. I'll activate this compression release up here as I'm rotating it around. I'm watching down here, so when the timer comes around, I'll release the compression, and if the fuel mixture is right, it'll fire. Almost. Okay, I think I lost prime. I'm going to open this up and give it a little more fuel. This thing is stone cold. Okay, same thing again. You don't have to turn it hard, you don't have to turn it fast. Let it do all the work. Once it gets started, you can advance the timing to the run position. for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.